A woman, his colleague Sarah, was running, terror written across her face. But as he watched, a shocking transformation occurred. Sarah had fallen, but when she got up, it was no longer Sarah. She was a zombie, and she was coming for him. Cloudo scrambled to escape, but the zombies were relentless. They clawed and gnawed at the elevator doors, unable to fit through the narrow gap. Yet they were distracted briefly by another sound. Cloudo called his subordinate Stefano, desperate to warn him. Before he could explain, the call was cut off. Stefano was under attack. Panic clawed at Cloudo's chest as he looked back at the elevator technician, who dismissed him as delusional. But before long, the technician too was overwhelmed by the zombies. Cloudo was completely alone, surrounded by chaos, his grip on reality slipping with each passing second. His phone rang again. It was Sarah, but as they spoke, Cloudo was blindsided by a zombie slamming into the elevator with a force that almost sent him to the floor. He grabbed a handle from within the elevator, managing to fight the creature off and kill it. Blood stained the floor as he gasped for breath, his pulse pounding in his ears. His colleague Sylvia was near, running desperately. Cloudo called out for help. Together they tried to force open the doors, but something was jammed. Sylvia's panic increased as she grabbed a golf club, swinging it at the oncoming zombies. She killed one, but more were coming. Despite her efforts, Sylvia was quickly overpowered. Cloudo, now utterly alone, checked his phone again. News reports filled the screen. Cities were falling. The virus was spreading rapidly. Horror gripped his chest. It was too late. He was trapped. Just when it seemed like Cloudo would give up, he spotted a glimmer of hope. A special police officer, Marcello, killing zombies nearby. Marcello spotted Cloudo in the elevator, and although the doors were jammed, he promised to get him out. Through a radio, Cloudo guided Marcello to the power station, praying that he would make it. Marcello returned with the power restored. The elevator lit up once again, but the doors remained stuck. Cloudo could see the shadows of approaching zombies. His heart thundered in his chest as he tried to make sense of his fate. Would he be next? Or was this just the beginning of the end? Cloudo had always been a man who prided himself on control. As a mid-level executive in a sterile, glass-walled office, his life was neatly compartmentalized, a careful balance of power plays, corporate politics, and small victories. But when the apocalypse came, there were no clean lines, no formulas for survival. There were only the horrors of the undead and the haunting reality of his own soul, broken and exposed. It had all started as an ordinary workday, or so it seemed. The humdrum of a typical morning in the city had slowly descended into chaos. Cloudo had heard the rumors, seen the early reports on his phone, but he dismissed them as the usual panic, people overreacting, as they always did. But the moment the building's lights flickered and the emergency sirens began wailing, the gravity of the situation hit him like a freight train.